Hello, my name is Storm Moyers, and I'm a special education teacher for San Marcos ISD in San Marcos, Texas. In this video, we're going to discuss some brief history of special education in the classroom in America, as well as some additional resources that you may find helpful for you and your child throughout their educational career. I hope that you feel comfortable reaching out to the admin team for any additional support that you or your child may need. Let's begin by discussing significant markers prior to 1970. Before legislation was created to protect the educational rights of the children in the 1970s, many children with disabilities were unable to participate in classroom education. In 1933, many children or parent advocacy groups began to form to protest the lack of educational opportunities for students with disabilities and the overall treatment of them. Nearly 2 decades later, in 1950, teachers began to participate in mandatory training to better help support students with disabilities. 4 years later, in 1954, during the Brown versus the Board of Education case, it was decided that separate did not mean equal. This case brought much needed attention to special education needs. In the 1970s, new laws came into effect. PARC versus the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania was the first case to argue that education was a right. Once this was settled, it ensured that quality education for all students was possible. 2 years later, in 1973, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act was updated to protect students from discrimination based on their disabilities. This included a least restricted environment, which ensures students are able to thrive in classrooms with the least number of restrictions. In 1990, the Americans with Disability Act was created and ensured that people with disabilities and special needs were given the same rights and opportunities as other individuals. A couple of court cases that are important to special education in America would be the Jacob Winkleman versus Parma City School District in 2007. This case allows guardians of children that are protected under the IDEA Act to pursue legal claims on their own behalf or the behalf of their children in the Court of Justice. Another important case is the Briner versus Canyon School District of 2012. This case ensures the privacy under the FERPA Act, as courts decide that camera footage of children taken in the middle school hallway must be redacted before the images are shown in a public view. This means that if a student is recorded, that those images are not shown to the public because it's protected under the FERPA Act. Here are a couple of resources for parents. The speddex.org is a great website for parents that are in Texas. This website offers resources such as what the SPED process looks like in Texas, frequently asked questions of parents, disability specifics, and more. It kind of breaks down different disabilities that children may have and how they are accommodated inside Texas schools. If families sign up for an account on this site, they can receive emails to keep them up to date on policy changes, laws, and other things that may affect children's learning. Another great Texas website to use for resources is www.texasprojectfirst.org. And this site has many resources, not only for special education families, but as well as general education families. So if you have children in both of those classifications, this website would be helpful. You can find Texas Education Association's special education information and local resources that could be helpful. Lastly, the LDRFA.org, founded in 2001, is the Learning Disability Resources Foundation Association, and they strive to provide families with inclusive information and tools to support their school-age children and learning. This site is geared toward children that have ADHD, dyslexia, and autism. I hope that you found this helpful, and also that you are comfortable reaching out to admin or teachers for any additional support that you may need. Thank you and have a great day.